Wow, this was supposed to be just a chill, like, easy video to make. With me just talking about random stuff, like extra thoughts about World Link I wanted to mention that I didn't have time in the last episode of World Link. And then I'm like, oh, I want to make a cute picture for it like I did for Purple. Which, it didn't take that long, so whatever, and then I'm like, wait, I can't, how am I gonna record, like, this image I made? I'm like, oh, I guess, I can't, like, with the old recording software I had, I can technically pick wherever on the screen, my monitor I want, if I needed to, and I put it, like, over, like, my Visual Boy Advance, and I recorded that, because I had it set up to that before. And I made it, like, the same exact size as that, and it worked out. But, it doesn't work that way with my new recording software, apparently, and I didn't want to go back and use my old one, so what I'm doing right now is I put it in Chrome, I put it in full screen, and then I double the size of the image. So, which is kind of awkward for me since now I can't see if I'm recording or not from, I can't check OBS while I'm doing this because it's on full screen. Then after doing all that, I realized, wait, in editing, I could just have this only sound only and just put an image, the image in the editing software, do it that way. That would be way easier. But I'm like, I already went through the trouble of setting all this stuff up. I might as well do it this way instead. So whatever. Excuse me. Probably won't be moving the headset around as much, at least, because the only thing that's to be up is this image, so I don't need to have my glasses on to see what's going on. I'm just this is just me talking about stuff. Speaking of which, this is gonna be like I'm probably gonna call it like 108.5 or something, and then make this a bonus video. It's technically supposed to be part of 1.8, but I won't really consider it. That's like the official final episode. I just said I wasn't gonna mess with the headset. I'm doing it right now. Wow, wow, it's kind of hot on here, and I don't want to put the AC on louder than it is. So whatever. So, yeah, so I should, sorry about this. Oh boy, sorry about that. My ears were, like, really itchy for some reason. Of course they are when I have my headset over my ears. And, yeah, it's really, like I said, it's really hot in here. I'm so sick of the summertime. Autumn can't come any faster, Jesus Christ. So, by the way, I know this is for World League. Of course, I recorded the other two LPs. I replacing it already, and then recording Neptunia as well. I'm doing this. I haven't done it until now because I haven't had time. Because, like I said, I had to record other stuff, and I didn't want to record Friday. I had to edit the video Friday. Also, it's kind of nice I'm doing this today because this will be up on the 28th of July. I'm assuming it will, which is 2 years, like exactly 2 years from then is when I started Worlding, so it's kind of fitting anyway, so yeah. And then exactly for that reason, it just kind of worked out that way. So yeah, speaking of which, I should probably actually start talking about that final episode. I have quite a bit of stuff to talk about, especially stuff I didn't remember to mention. I was kind of sort of rushing getting it done because it took so much time, and I kind of forgot to talk about some stuff I want to talk about here. So, first of all, a very surprising thing I forgot to mention is, what I thought about the LP. You know, it was World Link, and it was not randomized. Of course it wasn't. You think I was going to say it was randomized? You think I would do it for every LP? I didn't, yeah, I technically didn't say that in the actual episode, because I forgot about it. I can't believe I ever forget about something like that. But yeah, I did. I apologize. It was very bad of me to do. What I do want to talk about is how the editing went. My God, it was oh boy. So on last week on Sunday and Monday, I recorded the third and second last episodes of World Link. And then then I didn't have to record until Thursday. It was like so normal LP recording schedule. And on Tuesday, I'm probably gonna have a lot I want to do for this last episode, a lot more than I've done for a final episode before. So maybe I should start preparing for it right now. Like, I think just in case, like, I was thinking, like, it probably would be fine, but, like, you know, just to make sure, you know, I don't know what'll happen, right? So I'm like, it's probably got a lot of stuff I want to say in the video, like kind of like, because I'm like voicing all the characters and whatever, a lot of stuff I want to go through, and, like reference a bunch of old LP and like World Link and stuff, reference World Link. So I actually decided like right then, like maybe I should actually make a script for myself because I'm probably gonna be like, oh, I have to remember all this stuff, and I'm probably not gonna be able to remember it well, and then I'll be frustrated, and it probably will take forever. That still ended up happening anyways, even though I did make a script, and the script definitely helped. It would have been even worse if I didn't make one. So at the time, though, on Tuesday, I was kind of lazy making the script because I thought I had plenty of time, so I didn't actually finish it on Tuesday. I believe I was up to I recorded like all. I wrote down all the Archie and Maxi stuff, and then like right after that, I had like say like I'm gonna run to Java or whatever, or warp to Java, and I think it was around that point that I stopped on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, instead of working on the script, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should actually record some of the stuff for Thursday. I'm probably gonna have a lot of stuff to do because like I have to edit too, and that's probably gonna take forever. Because I recorded that other like bonus thing I did for that Byakuran thing. I ended up unlisting because it was for an idea I didn't end up doing anything with in the end. So I'm like, but it took a while to make the video, so I didn't want to delete it. But yeah, that took forever, and the video was only 10 minutes. So I'm like, it's probably gonna take a while. I should probably do some of it on Wednesday. So I did up to the point, like right before, like when Archie calls me to go to Kanto. Like I didn't end up doing the part after that. That was when I stopped on Wednesday, and that was even halfway through the video, I believe. And yet that's recording that and then editing that took about the same time as recording and editing a normal video. So yeah, I'm like, holy shit, this is taking a lot longer to do than I thought. So I'm glad I decided to do that. And then Thursday rolled around, and then I had to do the rest. And then not only that, I didn't even finish the script yet. So I had to spend some time doing that. And then I recorded. So I ended up recording, I think, like almost an hour and a half later than normal. Because I spent a lot of time doing the script. So, like by the time I start recording is when I normally would have been done recording. And then I had to edit, and that part was like more than half of the video, so obviously I didn't get it done Thursday. There's no way. Like I already had wasted time with the script, and then I had to edit all that. So I'm like, I didn't even bother. I knew like immediately I would not have time, so I just did what I thought I would have time for. Then I went to bed and finished it on Friday. I think it was like 5 in the afternoon or around there when I was done. So it took a while after that too on Friday, but I got it done. So well. Like it made me feel like I should have done the script earlier, but I didn't think of doing that until Tuesday. So well, whatever. Like it's up, whatever. It ended up being up on the day I wanted to, just a bit later than I would have liked, but whatever. Also, because of my rushy nature of making all this stuff, and also because I made some changes at the last minute. There are some ideas I believe in the in the video that I didn't end up using that I kind of want to talk about because they're kind of cool ideas I didn't end up using. So yeah. Okay, sorry I've been talking so fast. I'm doing this unscripted, as you probably realized. It's just meant to be a video about me rambling about a bunch of things, and yeah. Also, I guess it's really hot in here. I'm kind of forcing myself to kind of be a bit enthusiastic. I don't know why it always has to be hot when I'm recording things about the final stuff for World Link. I don't, yeah. Also, I didn't mention this before. I want to mention this before I talk about the episode. About this picture I made. You might notice I made the Touhoumon smaller than I did for purples. I kind of wish I did it this way for purple. Actually, I think it looks better like this. There's a lot more room. Excuse me for stuff. I think had about one or two extra Touhoumon that I used in World Link than purple, so I probably wouldn't have had room if I did it the same way as purple. So yeah, I ended up with plenty of room in the end, but I think it looks better like this anyway. So Also, I made a Kogasa fly. I think it's not that weird. I just realized I didn't have as many flying Boneka in World's Link that I thought I did. Because it's just Kurumi, Hatate, and Ho-Oh, so, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember to put them all this time. I looked at a World's Link page. Had all the pictures of all the Touhoumon. So I should be right this time. So, anyways, so I believe, like, a major thing I ended up changing was, I don't know, I keep messing with the mic, sorry. Was with, Senior, monocle chip. I think I originally wanted to do something where, that dude I talked to, he mentioned something about, like, Gensokyo and, like, people from Java being related to Gensokyo. And I think something like, if you're, like, a Gensokian resident, you can, go there from Java or vice versa, I don't remember. So what I was gonna do is originally, he was gonna get stuff from Monocle Chip. He was to be like, oh, I have these, stones. And I was like, I'm looking for the person who might be able to use them, and he would describe, like a certain man from another dimension or whatever. Like, I have these power stones from, like, these dudes' friends, and it would describe, like, be a description of, like, the Pokemon I had from Randomized Emeralds. It was like, a pink fox with, like, a split tail, or, like, a red fish-looking thing with that likes to attack things with its chin, or things like that. And he was like, so I have no idea what that means. Does that make sense to you? And I'd be like, yeah, it does. It's my friends from Randomized Emerald. And he'd be like, oh, this must be, like, for you to use to go to, Gensoki or whatever. And I think I'd also mention, the reason I didn't want to do that is because, I wanted to actually show, my, like, a reason to have my Randomized Emerald, Pokemon show up, and, like, I actually would talk to Monocle Chip. I think I was gonna say, like, oh, I assumed it was a Monocle Chip. I somehow would know and he wouldn't tell me, but yeah, the Monocle Chip talked to him. Like, well, how did you know that? So I just had a feeling, but I thought it'd be more interesting to have Monocle Chip himself talk to me, like, be able to create a hole in space time or whatever, be able to talk to me that way. I ran out of juice. Shit. Sorry about that. Anyways, and I did make a mention of I included in Archie's and Maxie's part that, like, in like older the other Finnish LPs can, like, cross over for a little bit for World Link into World Link because it's about to finish. And that was, like, foreshadowing to the randomized emerald thing. I added that in because it's something I added in at the last minute. I thought would be better. But as a result, there was something interesting that would have been in the video that I had to cut out because I don't think it was really necessary, and I think I forgot to do it. It would also mention that to go to Gensokyo, though, you need a power of someone from Gensokyo, Gensokian resident, to go there from Java. And I had Tewi with me, so, and I got Tewi from Gensokyo, so that would end up working out for me. And it'd be convenient because, like, I had Tewi with me because I used her to fight my World Link friends in Byakuran, and Byakuran got swapped for Tewi, so I would have a party of 6. And it ended up working out because she was already with me anyways, and yeah. But, it didn't end up being necessary. Like, I forgot about it, but it's fine because it didn't end up being necessary. I feel like having the power of, like, the randomized emeralds to cross over because they had, that power to, like, manipulate whatever. And they gave that power to me because, like, the Touhoumon purple Touhoumon had that power, and that's why they were able to go into Victory Road. So I feel like the randomized emerald ones having that power too would make sense, and that from that logic. But they couldn't go into the world because they didn't have as much power to do that because not only are they not Touhoumon, it's a different world. There's no Pokemon in it. It's an older LP, so I figured it would make sense that their power would be weaker. But they could give their power to me, so I could like manipulate the space in World Link to go from Java to Gensokyo, which is normally not possible in the game. Though that was a logic I thought of. I guess it seems kind of silly, but, like, this is stuff I thought of, like, really last minute because I didn't prepare it. I should have prepared it a while ago and I didn't because I'm stupid. So yeah, that's yeah you. Sorry about that. I had to cut there to get more juice. It was so thirsty. I didn't want to have to do that while I was recording. And yeah, my God, it's so hot in here. Like, I'm sorry I keep complaining about that, but almost made me not want to do this today. But I'm like, I want this to be up on the 28th, a 2-year anniversary of starting World Link. So yeah, to be honest, I might do this kind of thing again, just as another bonus thing, unrelated to the end of World Link, like just me talking about random stuff, about my old LPs. To be honest, I don't know if I want to talk about this yet, but I'm thinking of just doing like a video of me like watching my old videos and reacting to them or something. I don't know what I want to call that though, but thought that might be a fun idea for the older videos because it's been a while since I watched the older videos. So yeah, and I might make a video just like randomly talk about old stuff for LPs. So if there's some stuff I still want to talk about, if I forget about it, it's not a super big deal. This doesn't need to be like a super long episode of or a bonus video, whatever. Usually, before I ended though, there's my God, there's something else I want to talk about. I want to talk about the about me like why I started. I wanted to record World Link, the origin story. I might about that might be a bit interesting. I think I might have already talked about this at some point, but I want to do it again here, so I'm going to. I'm sorry if it's stuff I've already talked about and you know about it already, but whatever. So during, I believe this was during so I think before I think one time like a while back I played like the Japanese version of it was like a Japanese Touhoumon game for Fire Red. It was really old. I think that was probably the first one ever. I played it a long time ago, and then I don't know what happened to it. I don't have it anymore, and I want to like play that again. And I found World Link. I guess I don't really remember how exactly I found out about World Link. Probably was trying to search for Touhoumon again. I probably couldn't even remember what it was called because I like barely knew anything about Toho at all then. Like these games are pretty much my introduction to the franchise actually. So yeah, even before I started LPing World League of Purple, I wasn't super into Toho. So anyways, I played World Link for a while, and I never ended up finishing it. Actually, I'm really bad at finishing things, but the reason for World League I didn't finish is because I actually got stuck. So that was actually a weird case. I actually had a good excuse for not being able to finish at that time. It was at the that maze thing near Moss Deep, tree maze. I finally figured out how to do it, and thanks to that I was able to actually finish the game for the first time in my LP. And then I think I went over to visit my cousin's house playing World Link, and I have a cousin who actually like knows a lot more about toe stuff than me, and one of them told me about, hey, like that ROM hack reminds me of another one I've seen before, and that was Purple, and he introduced me to that. And it was, to me, it was like a better ROM hack, so like when I wanted to play this again, I would normally play Purple instead of World Link. And then then all the way until after I was recording Randomized Emerald and Zelda or Ocarina of Time Randomized, I randomly thought of like I wanted to play this again just casually. I guess it was in like an Emerald. Pokemon Playing Moon in general, ROMAC, because of probably because of Randomized Emerald, or maybe I just felt like it. I was gonna play Purple again, but I'm like, it's been a while since I played World Link. I kind of like, I don't like remember like get just to see what it's like now that I've played Purple and just to compare it to that. And I did. It was and I was like, oh, this is still pretty fun, I guess, even though the types aren't. Like I liked in Purple that the types are like kind of different. Had the physical special split that was interesting. Usually, the World Thing was still pretty fun. At least I played for a little bit. And I thought maybe I should also play Purple too so I can compare them together. But I'm like, well, I forgot how far I got on World Link when I played it, like right before I actually LP'd it. I think it was somewhere near Fortree or Lily Cove. I don't remember. I got fairly far in the game. I'm like, I already got this far in World Link. I probably should have just done this, play them side by side when I started actually playing World Link, not after they got this far. And even then, I don't know if I even have time to play both of them like this and like play them all the way through. And when I'm like you know what, like when I do that kind of thing, I only really do it when I do LPs. I have like the motivation to actually finish games now. So I'm like, it's like maybe that might be an interesting idea for an LP to do that, play World Link and Purple together. And I'm like, I was like thinking about that. I was like not being completely serious, but then I thought about it a bit more. I'm like, yeah, that actually is a really good idea. It's like I don't really know what did I want to do after. Well, at the time I was like, I don't know. It's like the problem is I'm playing Random Emerald right now. If I play them like after Zelda, I would be playing three Pokemon games at the same time. Pokemon Emerald, no less. ROM hacks. Also, at that time, I was pretty sure I already decided to play Mario 64 randomized after Zelda anyways, so I'm like, maybe I should do this after randomized Emerald instead. So I kind of like, I switched, that's why I switched, one of the reasons I switched the schedules for Zelda and randomized Emerald. At the time, Zelda was two times a week, technically. It was Saturday, Sunday, and then randomized Emerald was Wednesday. Because I had done another Zelda randomized to run in an LP, and I scrapped it because it wasn't going well. Mainly because of the stupid Master Quest shit. I didn't like that. I did that. I was already 20 episodes in too, but I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And I didn't really have a. I think when I restarted that, I did it again. That's when I actually technically started making an actual schedule. I scheduled myself on Saturday and Sunday, because before I started doing that again in general on my new computer in 2018? I think like October or something, late October. It was just because I wanted to see if I can do it with my headset and this new computer and stuff. And I didn't really have a schedule back then. And then when I restarted, that's when I made it. No, I did it because I was on vacation, I think, so I had time to do that. And then afterwards, like, if I I didn't have that much time to do it or have motivation to do it because I wasn't on vacation. That after that, I'd like, let me try to make some time and I make an actual schedule so I can do this and not lose motivation. And like, I want to get a lot of episodes out because I had to restart my Zelda one, right? I did it Saturdays and Sundays. And then I'm like, I want to do randomized Emerald again, but I don't want to give up a Saturday or Sunday for that and make Zelda when he wants. So I put that on Wednesday. So I did it 3 days a week. And then I think it was like when I decided to do World Ring and Purple is when I actually wanted to do when I decided to switch them. I mentioned that is because I think I caught up far enough. I was like really 10 episodes in or something like that. But that wasn't the only reason. It was because of World Ring and Purple too. I wanted to get Randomized Emerald done faster. And then it was like from my perspective back then, like it still took a while. Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. It took a while. It was 49 episodes when I'm like, oh, World League was 108. That's not a lot in comparison to right now. My God. Speaking of which, wow, that shows how long I've kept on my the schedule, and I actually managed to finish World League in Purple. Like I really wanted to finish them, but I wasn't completely sure if I would. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up like giving up motivation to do all this after all this time, because I tend to sometimes just I have a really good idea to do stuff and then I end up losing interest in it really quickly. That's just how I am. It's not something about me I like, but that's how I am. But for this LP stuff, I'm still going in, and I'm actually really proud of myself for that. And I still want to keep, going with this stuff. I'm really excited for the new stuff I have to do and the new stuff I want to now are coming up in the future. Like I already started Unnamed and Enhanced. I really do want to finish them. At some point, I actually want to show off the file I had when I was playing World Link before. Then I call it a test file, but it technically wasn't. The purple one was more of a test file. I was playing through purple a bit to get myself ready for it. For World Link, I didn't have to because I played it right before then. And that purple file I accidentally deleted when I made the Because I noticed, like, oh, it's technically recognizes a Pokemon Emerald. World League it doesn't for some reason, and recognizes that a completely different game. It's because that I can technically use the save states from randomized Emerald to Purple. And that save I made for Purple, I didn't use save states, I just used a regular save. So that save state for randomized Emerald, the save wrote over the Purple save, so I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. I think I remember what team I had. I think I mentioned it at some point, but I believe it was actually, what was it? It was Reason. I don't think I used Kasume. It was Sunny Milk. Shit, I'm trying to remember who they are. I think Koakuma was one of them. Meiling must have been one of them. What were the last two? Actually, I'm trying to remember what my party even is in Purple. I'm sorry, I don't remember, but I think it was Lily Black and was it Nazarene? Damn, I don't remember. No, I think. Wait, was it Misty or Nazarene? Maybe I didn't use Nazarene. I think at some point I did, but I think in that file I don't think I did use Nazarene though. I think I used Kowakuma instead of Nazarene. Yeah, like before, like I planned on having Kowakuma as a 10 member, but for some reason in that file I kept Kowakuma. Yeah, I must have kept Kowakuma instead of Nazarene then. I think then I stopped playing because I realized like I'm gonna need a surfer and I don't have one. Wait, I think it was at Fortune. How the hell did I not? Why did it take me so long to realize that? I must have had surf by then. But I'm like, shit. And then I ended up ended up working out because I wanted to keep Karumi in my World Link team. Because normally when the team I use for World Link is the team I like to use when I play the game, kind of. I believe my normal team was a. I guess I could talk about this. This is more stuff thought I would talk about later, but it's fine. So I think the first time I played Worlds, like I used I started was Louise, I think, and I used Miku, I believe. The Miku I got from I forgot what her name is, from the Java girl. I don't remember my other party was, but I believe Miku carried me through like the whole game. She was really overpowered for that point in the game. Excuse me. I think the second time or sometime after that I can remember, I picked Kurumi instead. I thought Kurumi was a bit more interesting. I used Louise. She was kind of defensive, and I didn't like her that much. Probably why I didn't play very far in that file. So there was a couple run-throughs of the game that I went through. But the one I can mostly remember, it's the file I went. It's the farthest I ever got. It's where I got stuck, and that's why I stopped playing. I actually tried to go really far in it for once. Try to remember my party was. I started with Kurumi. I don't believe I used Kogasa. I think I've used her before, like afterward. So this file that I got the farthest in wasn't the last time I played, even before like I played during Randomized Emerald, but because I believe I've used Kogasa before. But that file I don't think I ever used Kogasa in, so she wasn't a part of that party. I started with Karumi. I think my only other party member before Roxanne was Sarah then, because no, I think I used Ellen. Yeah, I must have used Ellen. So it was Karumi, Ellen, and Sarah, which is fine for Roxanne. Sarah must have helped me with that, and Ellen. And then I got next, I believe, was Shizuha in past Slateport. I think. I think at that point I really wanted to use Tenchi. I saw Roxanne had her, and I thought she was really cute. I'm like, whenever I see her, I'm gonna get her. So I decided that a while from then. I don't remember if it was that file, but at some point I thought of that. But what was my party though? It was Kurumi, Sarah, Shizuha, Ellen. That's 4. I probably had more than that. I don't remember. Anyways, after that, I went to shit. Why do I remember what the town was? Malville. And the left, I saw. I don't know if I ever mentioned this. What's her name? Damn. Shit, I forgot what her name is. Damn it. There's that girl with the seal type with a sword. Damn. I hope you know what I'm talking about, because you know what? I'm gonna look it up right now. I want to check my recording anyways. Okay, wow. Pretty much as soon as I stopped recording that, I remembered her name. It was Mayra, I believe. I think that's right, right? Yeah, she is the one with the sword you can catch to the left of Mauville. She's steel type. And I also got Tate there, and I wanted to use both of them. So I guess those are my other two, right? Oh, I'm so stupid. I used Kasume. Yeah, that's who another one I had. Yeah, mentioned before I used her in World League before. Yeah, so I must have had Kasume for Roxanne too. That's why. I'm like I only had Sarah. That's weird. Yeah, I had a Kasume as well. Because like I think I raced Star S for Roxanne in World League. It's not something I normally would do because I would normally use Kasume, but I wanted a water type to replace Kasume at least temporarily. That's why I picked. But I didn't end up even needing her. Right, Sarah and Ellen were fine. So anyways, I got Atate and Meiro. And you might have noticed that's 7, right? I think that's the point that I end up swapping out Karumi. Because, as I realized, like, I don't know why, actually. Like, right now, like, I am kind of attached to Karumi. I like her a lot now. She was a really good member. And I really wanted to use her because she was my starter, and she ended up being really, really good. I guess for some reason I thought, like, I don't want to use Karumi anymore for some reason. So that's why I picked. Or maybe just because I didn't know anyone else better, I guess, for coverage. And I figured she would be my flyer if I didn't get Hatate. And Hatate was an actual flying type, and I liked her, so that was who my flying type ended up being. So that was my party of 6 for a while. It was Hatate, Meira, Sarah, Shizuha, Kasume, and Ellen, right? No, wait, no. Wait, no, at that point I must have swapped out Ellen first. Okay, I'm stupid. My bad. No, I swapped out Kurumi when I got Tenchi. There we go. That's why. I was like, I'm pretty sure, like, kind of, sort of early on, I swapped out Kurumi. I got confused there. I don't know. Why, my bad. Yeah, so I swapped out Ellen for Atate, which I technically didn't end up doing in World LP because like, Atate didn't end up... Actually, pretty much the reason Atate didn't end up getting used is because I wanted a... I thought it'd be interesting to use a member in World Link that I didn't use before. And I was kind of interested in Byakuran and using Byakuran, and I'm like, I'll pick her. Which is she's a psychic type, which means Hatate would be redundant, but I didn't need her as my flyer because Kurumi could have learned fly, so it was fine. That's why I picked Hatate. Even though I do like Hatate a lot, I figured that would make the most sense, so I didn't use her. And then I tried to fit her in my purple team, and then I ended up with Advent Reason, and Tate got replaced by Nue, so poor Tate. At some point in one LP, I want to use a Tate. I don't know when that day will be. Hey, maybe it'll be in the 2 LPs I'm doing now. I don't know. I'm not... It could be a Tate. I don't know. I'm not telling you if that's true or not, but yeah. Anyways, I'm not still not done with my story of that run-through of World Link. I believe at some point I was really late. I think it was in Safari Zone. I got... It was like almost right after I stopped playing. I almost reached the League Cove. I think a Savari's when I caught Mai. It was Ice Dark type. That Mai. I believe that's her name. And that's when Sarah got replaced. Because I remember... It must have been Sarah because I remember I'd never actually evolved her to a final stage until my LP. So it must have been her. Which I guess kind of makes sense. Sarah's kind of... she's good defensive-wise, but she's like... Like, I guess for like a casual playthrough, she's not like the funnest to use. She didn't have a rival fighting type move until I gave her Brick Break, which was like way later. So I guess I can understand why I picked Sarah there. Also, thanks to having Mai, I had a Dark type again because I swapped Kurumi out. Obviously, if I still had Kurumi, having Mai wouldn't have made sense, but yeah. So I guess my final party ended up being Hatate, Meira, Mai, Shizuha, Tenchi, and Kasume. So that means, yeah, I think, yeah, I did mention this when I was playing World League, and I was stuck in Java's past, I think, is when I mentioned this. In my World League team, my only 2 members that I actually had in my LP, that I had in that farthest file I played, was Shizuo and Tenji. I didn't have Kogasa because at that point, I actually never tried Kogasa. I think I just randomly decided it might be fun to try using her. She's kind of interesting looking. Might interesting to have a Ghost Taipu, and her ability is nice too. And she was really helpful in my LT. So yeah. So anyways, as I was talking about before, it was convenient to have I needed a surfer for purple. I mentioned this like a while back when I first started the LPs, but like I needed a surfer for it. I didn't know who to use. And in World League, I needed to swap out someone for Karumi in my team. I think at the time I didn't plan on using a new member like Byakurin yet. I think my team I was planning on using, it was the team members I was sitting was Karumi, Kogasa, Tenchi, Shizuwa, Sarah, Tate, and Kasume. So that's 7. So I need to swap one out, and I need a surfer for Like I guess maybe I can just take. I technically could just like if I bring Kasumi over to purple and use her there. I technically actually have done that before in purple. I've used her one at least once, so I know she could be reliable in purple. She'd be a good wall. I don't think I had that a good wall for purple anyway, so it would have worked out. She would have been very nice for purple. But of course, the problem was that I need a surfer for a World Link thing because she was originally going to be my surfer. But I'm like, if one of my team members I'm already planning on having can learn surf, that'd be nice. That means I don't have to swap anything out in World Link, and I can bring in Kasume for purple. And then I forgot Kogasa can learn surf, and that was one I already wanted to use. So I'm like, perfect, that works. And then that was the team I thought I would be using. And then I was just deciding like, oh well, like Kermit can learn fly, so I could technically like I thought it'd be interesting to use a new member, as I said before, and I guess I could pick Katate to swap out because Kermit can learn fly, so that's fine. Even though I would have no flying or water types, and I thought Byakurin would be useful, and she's a psychic type, so she could fit in if Itate's not there. That ended up being my final team, also Telly, because she's a shiny. So I ended up with 7 anyways. I just realized that actually right now. That's actually funny. Was stuck with 7. I needed to swap one out, and I ended up with 7 at the end anyways. Oh boy, but yeah. I mean, to be fair, I didn't know if I would end up working out. I kind of did, kind of didn't. There was like, it was, more like it was weird. That's okay. So yeah, that's how it went, and yeah. So, but for unnamed and enhanced though, I don't remember when I found out about those. I think it was during the LP. Like for some, I don't even know how I managed how this happened, but I decided to look up and see like maybe I should check if there's other Touhoumon games. There are probably some others, right? And I found out about them. And I think during the LP, I'm like, why did I not know about this before now? I only knew about World Link and Purple. That's why I only played those two, pretty much. And about that Japanese one I played a while ago, I never was able to find. I still don't know exactly which one that is, but yeah. And the name was interesting. It was Fire Red. I wanted to play a Fire Red Touhoumon game, so. And then I found out about Enhance as well, which is also. That was like a bit later, a lot later actually. Like for a while, I was planning on doing unnamed in Another World, because Another World actually has part of Kanto in it, I think. So I want to be exactly the same comparison wise, but whatever. And then I found out about Enhance, and it's pretty much Kanto. Just Kanto, and like that would make more sense to play alongside Unnamed, I think. So I picked Enhance instead. And then the team I planned out, I was actually when I was making my team for both, I was actually thinking about like LPing them in mind. I figured I probably would want to, something I did for World Link and Purple. So like those teams, I was like trying to make actually a good team that would be good for like the whole game. I was planning for the future more so this time than I did for World Link and Purple. Like Purple was such a mess. I had to keep swapping out stuff, even though I thought I'd be fine with. Like I have a surfer with Kasumi and a flyer with Misty, I believe was my flyer. Like I kept Lily Black as a and Mistia because Lily Black couldn't learn fly, but Mistia could, so I kept both. And I'm like, it doesn't really make that much sense to do that. Actually, so I brought in Yumeko instead. She was a steel type and also a dark type, so I thought that'd be cool. She seemed interesting. I want to kind of use a new one in purple too, so I guess basically Yumeko was kind of sort of my Byakurin of of purple. Even though in the final fight Byakurin fought New Way, I think. And Tenchi fought Yumeko. I don't remember what my logic was for that, but whatever. And then I was surprised someone else. What was my team at that point? It was Reason, Reason, Kasume, Mailing, Yumeko, Nazrin, Mystia, I think. And then when Mandarika was after, right? Sharp watch. It's at 1 in the morning already. Hold on. I started doing this late because I needed time to make this image. Anyways, this has actually been going on for a while, longer than I thought, but whatever. I'm actually more in the mood to talk now, so I'm going to take advantage of it. So I think that was my team. I think Minarika was after I realized I really needed a nature earth type because this like oversight was because of Sunny Milk. She was gonna be my nature type. She's fire nature type, which is really nice. But I swapped her out for Kasume for my server. She's part fire, so she covered that well. But I didn't have a nature type in exchange for that. That was more of an issue than I expected. And like for Earth, like I had Nazarene with Dig, but like during that Norman fight with freaking Namazu, like that was a freaking nightmare. Like I didn't really need a nature Earth type. And Minariko, Attack Minariko was both. And I thought it'd be interesting because I had Shizuha in World Link, and I'd have the other Aki sister in purple. The only thing is that I have to pretty much raise her off screen, which kind of sucks. Sucked. I kind of wish I did it during the LP. I wish I realized this a lot earlier because I had a Minariko. I just used the one I had already. I didn't bother catching another one, like a different ball or something. And I picked Nazareth because she was the one who covered Earth, so I didn't really. That's pretty much why I had her. She like her heart type was redundant with the reason. Now Nazareth is a really interesting one. That's why I wanted to use her. But in that team like comp, it's like it wasn't that great. I didn't need her that much. So like I figured like Nazareth's definitely the best one to swap out, so I picked her. And then I realized, oh, maybe I can actually use a Tate because I didn't have a reason type, and I wanted to use a Tate in World Link, but I swapped her out for Byakuran, so I could put her in place of Mystia. Like I could have technically used Mystia even for the whole LP. I was considering that for a while, I think. And I'll talk about that a bit more actually. Further on, I picked. So anyways, I swapped her out for a Tate. And then I found out in enhanced, I was like, I want to use Advent Reason here. Like found about the solar, I could set the solar shard and the weather institute. I'm like, damn, I wish I waited to evolve Reason because I could have used her here. Like, oh well, I'll use it on a different LP and enhance. Like I could use her there. She's a starter in that game. Because in another world, she's not. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I said I'm doing enhance instead. I can pick her. But then I realized that is a post game thing, getting Advent Reason. So I'm like, shit. So I'm like if I have to wait that long and enhance, I might as well do it in purple instead because it'd be kind of the same situation except even worse than enhanced. So like I might as well do it in purple instead. I've already like messed around with my team a lot as it is. Doing it one more time wouldn't probably hurt that much, so I did. And I'm like, oh wait, Hatate is also a reason type. I don't really need to. I guess I tell you what probably would have been fine, but I'm like, yeah, I probably should have. Also, it would be nice to have something that can use Shadow Dive, because, actually, no, I don't think I thought of that till later. I think I realized that Mystia can learn it, but only through breeding. I'm like, maybe I could still use Mystia and use, like, breed another one. But, like, if I have to make another Mystia, maybe I should just pick someone else that has a type that I don't have on my team. And I realized Niue doesn't. I think, was there, like, one other one? I think New Ways was one out of 2 options. I forgot what the other option was. Ooh, I don't remember shit. Well, New Way was one of the few options I had. I'm like, that could be interesting. So I picked New Way. And it was convenient. I picked her because she can learn Shadow Dive. It was better because I gave her Shadow Ball at first because I gave a Tate Shadow Ball. I had no other Ghost coverage on my team. And Shadow Dive is, of course, the Ghost type move. And it's physical. New Way's more physical oriented, so it was better than Shadow Ball. So that ended up working out. I was like really glad I picked New Way then, over whoever was the other flying type option. I forget who it was. Was it Tokiko? I don't think it. No, I don't think it was because I would have just picked Mistio then. Because Tokiko's also just pure flying. God, I can't. I really wish I could remember who the other flying type was. But whatever. So, anyways, that was history of my team in purple. I think that's all I wanted to say. I talked about like all that stuff a lot longer than I thought. I ended up even talking about purple stuff. And yeah, I might do this kind of thing again. I don't know if there's other stuff I want to mention along with that that I think I talked about like more than enough. I think. Like I said, I might do this kind of thing like at a random point again later on. And I might look over like some old Worldling episodes or Purple episodes or randomized Emerald episodes. Those might be interesting. The randomized Emerald episodes are really old, but so yeah. Looking at my kind of sort of origins, I could talk about that as well. Maybe in that video I do of randomized emeralds, I will talk about my LP origins. That might be interesting too. But I'll leave it off at right now. I think I've done this more than long enough at this point. I didn't actually think it would be this long, so yeah. Till then, bye, I guess. I hope you enjoyed my weird rambly shit today. My gosh, and I was really bad mood at the beginning, and yeah. Bye, Dogzer.